Hello, I'm John Yates. I've been a video game and pinball machine collector since 1985 when in high school I purchased my first arcade game. I've been addicted ever since. The purpose of this video is to tell you about my latest project that I'm hoping to get crowdfunding for. I've never done this before, so if it seems amateur, it truly is. I'm going to just be filming this by myself as I kind of walk you through my arcade world and describe the project to you and what my resources are, and just tell you everything I can about it. It could be a long and somewhat boring video because I haven't scripted it or planned it a whole lot, but I will try to put the most relevant information up front so that as you get bored you can tune out and hopefully you'll have heard the important stuff. This is McLean, Illinois, a town of about 800 people. And my dream is to turn this town into an arcade mecca. We're standing right in the center of the downtown, looking at the entire town. The project that I'm trying to get funding for is turning that building right there with the red tile roof into a pinball museum, a playable pinball museum called Pinball Paradise. I already own and operate the museum right here, which is called Arcadia, America's Playable Arcade Museum. That's in its 7th year of operation, and so far things are going well. And because of the success of Arcadia, I'm trying to expand and grow this little town into the arcade mecca, as I mentioned. So the project is to purchase and renovate this building built in about 1900 and fill it with pinball machines that people can come and play. I'm going to give you a tour of the building and show you what work needs to be done and why we're raising the money, or why we need to raise the money. It's a beautiful building and it's been fairly well preserved for the last 115 years, but it has fallen into some disrepair just due to being vacant for the last 5 or so years, and the owner did not keep it up. You can see that the gutters and the soffits and the fascia are all rotted out. I've gotten up there and realized that it used to have the old built-in guttering system that they used in the early 1900s, and that got covered up with plywood with these external gutters, but the plywood rotted out, so the water's been getting into the building and it's starting to ruin it. I've already gotten bids on that, and I found someone who can do that repair entirely for about $4,500. Another thing that the building needs is new windows. As you can see there, the wood is just all rotted out on the outside, and it could probably be sanded and painted another time, but there's such inefficient windows that I think we're better off long-term just replacing them with new windows. Also, you can see the door. It's a beautiful old door, but it has really not been maintained, and so the water's gotten into it and rotted out the wood, and that's another repair that's going to be needed. The cost of the window replacement, I've already gotten bids on that, is going to be around $7,000 to $8,000 for all new windows all the way around, and that's for triple paned, high efficiency, guaranteed for life windows that will match the look both outside and inside, because I don't want to destroy the architectural beauty of this building. So they will look almost identical. They'll have a wood finish on the inside and white on the outside, and they'll have the same triple pane on the top and large pane on the bottom. Here's the inside of the building. It's really a beautiful building. I don't know if you saw the sign up front. It was called the McLean State Bank, and it was a bank building for about 65 years, and then it went out of business, and it's been numerous things since. The post office was in here for decades, and then it became a tanning salon. That's why you have these 3 little rooms. But then when the government decided to destroy the tanning business, this place went out of business, and it's been vacant ever since. So we're going to rip out those little tanning booths. We're going to rip up this carpeting and probably refinish the floors to the original wood or put in some nice carpeting. I don't know which. Depends on how bad the floors are underneath. But you can see the rest of it inside is in excellent shape. So we're not going to need to do much. We'll probably paint the walls, probably seal the brick, but it doesn't even need tuck pointing. It's in really good shape. Unfortunately, many years ago, someone removed the vault door, and this is where the vault was for the bank, and now it's just a little room with like 24-inch thick brick walls all the way around, but no beautiful vault door. There's a restroom back here. This will need to be renovated slightly. I'm going to move the toilet forward about 3 feet and then build a wall here because we can't really have the public have access to the electrical box for the building. But I can do all that work myself. I plan to do most of the work on this building myself with my father's help, but he is 75 and he's still very capable, but at some point may become unable to help too much. But we're going to save money any way we possibly can. We want the money to go as far as possible. There's this little back room. Also, we'll be getting new windows. This will probably be like a little party room. And then this little area back here has a hookup for a washer and dryer. We'll probably just put one in to wash linens or whatnot, I don't know, and we'll put a door there. It's too small to be used really for pinballs. But I've mapped this out, and if I combine newer dot matrix games with some old wedge heads, I've figured I can fit around 37 pinball machines in this room by lining them up on the walls with the windows and then lining an island in the center and then putting a few back in that little back room. I also have some real interesting plans for the basement. This has a full basement under it that's a real gloomy, kind of a haunting type room. And I've got some real interesting plans for that, but I won't bore you with those at the beginning of the video anyway. But take a look at the beauty of the store. I don't know if, let's see, let me turn on a light here. There we go. Look at the door handle, and it's about a 4.5 foot door. I've gotten bids on getting the door to get it remade was around $5,000. To get it refinished professionally was about $1,200. I'm going to just do it myself, and that'll probably end up just costing a few hundred. I'm not an expert, but I can figure things out usually. I'm an engineer, so we solve problems. The screen door is going to be removed because it's ugly and doesn't really do anything. Now, that's the main bit, that's the most important information there about what needs to be done. It's not that much. It really just needs the gutters repaired, the door and the windows and the carpet is really all we're looking at to raise this money for. Oh, and it also needs a cap put on the chimney, but that won't cost much. I guess I'll take you around and show you the entire exterior of the building. The brick is in excellent shape. Oh, and it does have a new air conditioning unit, as you can see there. So that's nice. Now, let me take you over and show you Arcadia so that you can see where my vision comes from. I started Arcadia back in I started working on it in 98 and got it open in 99. I did all the work myself in there, so this can kind of show you that I'm serious and I can accomplish things. Although I don't always accomplish the things I'm trying to. Arcadia is an example of one thing I did accomplish. Got a beautiful neon sign here for Arcadia that was custom made. And by the way, I've got 3 custom made Pinball Paradise neon signs already made. So We won't have to spend any money on signage. This building was a shambles when I bought it, an absolute disaster. But we completely renovated it. We took all the plaster off the walls, got them tuck pointed and sealed. I didn't do the tuck pointing work myself. I'm not good at that. Then we built these the 2 bathrooms, and there's a utility room back there. Just to show you how nice we did the bathrooms up. I did all this tile work myself. It was my first attempt at tile work. It turned out okay. It's not perfect. Any of you tile layers out there will probably notice the flaws, but it gets the job done. Had the ceilings spray coated. I guess I didn't do that myself either. I'm not a spray insulator. I did actually do the heating and cooling myself. I hung the pipe and installed the furnace and the AC. I had a Hermes Service, a local HVAC company, kind of show me. They spent a day kind of showing me what to do so I could learn on my own. They're a great company. I highly recommend them to anyone in the area. Very friendly and very helpful. Here's the little utility room. I put in a little wash tub for washing things, which you can see I use well to stack things on. We got a little security system. If that powers up, so that we can watch this place from anywhere in the world. And there it goes, but it's rolling. Here's the furnace I installed. That was a real learning curve, let me tell you. And I screwed up one thing, pardon my language. I forgot to put a, what do they call that, an S? I don't even know the right terminology. In the drain for the air conditioner condensation. So sometimes you get some sewer smells coming up through there. I really need to cut that pipe and put in that little trap. That's what it's called, a trap. I didn't realize you needed a trap on that. That was stupid. Here's a neon sign that I bought from the old Silver Ball Arcade in Detroit, Michigan. About 20 years ago, I saw an ad somewhere that they were out of business and selling their sign, so I drove up there and picked that up. It's beautiful. I actually had it redone because it wasn't quite, the playfield didn't have anything on it, and I wanted bumpers and flippers and slingshots, so I had them put those on, but otherwise it's all original. Oh yeah, and this beautiful brick arch is not original to the building. There were 2 little doors, one here and one over there. I had those bricked up, and then I had this arch put in just because I thought it would really look nice. And it sets off that fixture sets it off real nicely in the back. It's a custom fixture from Euro, what is it called? Euro Lighting on its website. I think it's called Euro Design or something like that. This back room needed a new floor that my dad and I built and put in, and we framed new walls around outside because they were kind of rough. We had to put in the new windows back here, which are always shielded. And we put a suspended ceiling back here, just it was easier and didn't really need the foam. I did the foam on top not only for heat insulation but for sound insulation because there's an apartment upstairs, and I wanted to try to, by using open cell foam, it does shield a lot of the sound, so we can't hear them and they can't hear us. This door leads to another part of the building that we're planning to expand in the next 6 months to double the size of this arcade. But that's a whole nother project that I'm not seeking funding for. I could take you down in the basement and show you, if I got my keys, show you the plumbing work I did. I'm really proud of it, but maybe I shouldn't show you since I'm not really a plumber. Yeah, maybe I won't show you that. But I did figure out, I did all the wiring myself. It's all in conduit. I used all 10 gauge strand. Well, no, it's not solid. It's stranded. I went way overboard because I wanted to make sure it was could handle the power needs. So everything's in conduit and everything's 10 gauge. Let me tell you, hanging that pipe was not easy. I did all of it myself, except I think my dad helped me with one piece. But boy, trying to balance that on a ladder, not fun. Oh, okay, now, I'm running out of battery here. I got to speed up. Another project that I'm about to complete is something called Hotel Arcadia. This is going along with my theme of turning this into an arcade mecca. This unit right here is going to be a single unit hotel room that'll be rented on Airbnb, and it's for people who want the ultimate arcade experience. Pardon the mess, because we're not finished with it. We're real close though. This is the front room where there will be a bed, and there will also be a huge gaming setup in here. Then you come back here, there's a bathroom and a shower that we're just finishing up. And then back here you've got a really cool like loft. Well, you got a little dining area, and then you've got spiral staircase up to a loft where there will be like a futon that expands into a bed, and there's going to be another gaming setup there with like a 50-inch flat screen. And we're going to have it set up with thousands of games you can play. Then there's also a little arcade room here. It's going to have Adam's Family, well, it already does. And then I hate to say it, I've got a few multi-games in here just so that there could be a lot of games packed into one room. There's about 1,000 games between those 3 cabinets, fully restored. Let me turn on the lights here. Pac-Man and Space Invaders and Street Fighter. The videos are going to be on free play, and I think the Adams will put it like a quarter a play just so it doesn't get completely beat. But if you're staying here, you get to play all those. And then the gaming setups are going to be amazing. We're going to have a huge flat panel TV over here with a couch and several other chairs, and several game systems, so you can play virtually any game here. And I need to go because my battery is almost dead, so I will continue this later. Thanks. I'm back. I've charged my phone for a little while, and I can blather on a little bit more. While it was charging, I worked on some more pins here. You can see I got the Demolition Man working and brought in a shadow that I need to repair. And that kind of leads to what I think might be the next question in your mind, which is 37 pinball machines. Where on earth are you going to get those? That's going to be expensive. Why aren't you asking for more money? Well, I'm going to show you where those are going to come from. Let me switch to the other mode on my camera. Okay. Fortunately, you'll see that I don't need to ask for money for games because I have plenty ready to go into the museum. Just to show off a couple that I've got here waiting. I've got a Circus Voltaire that's not even home use only. It's brand new. I bought it brand new in, I think, '98, whenever it was out. And I never routed it. It's basically just been in storage in a friend's basement for, 17, 18 years. And it's perfect. I've also got a home use only Lost World that is like brand new and plays like brand new. Those are going to be, or I'd like them to be centerpieces in the Pinball Paradise Playable Pinball Museum. But I can only afford to do that if I'm able to raise money with this crowdfunding. Otherwise, I'm going to need to sell those to help finance it. Alright, so let me take you and show you one of my warehouses where I have some of the pinballs that we'll use. This building right over here is currently one of my warehouses. Now in the future, as I try to transform McLean into the arcade mecca, that building will play a big role because it's about 7,000 square feet on the first floor, and then it has a full basement. And that could eventually be an enormous arcade museum. But we got to do this in phases and steps because I'm broke. So, one step at a time. Alright. So, here are some of my pinballs that are just in storage. And a lot of these would be restored and put into use. Got Laser Cube, Bowling Queen, Skylab, GG, which is probably too far gone. Swing Time, which was actually just donated by a real nice gentleman in Southern Illinois. And it's in decent shape. The glass is peeling, but it plays, and that'll be in there. I can't even see all of these in here. I know there's a Flight 2000 back there and a Meteor. This is a Firepower. Top Card was another game that was donated by a very nice family, and that's in excellent shape. That'll be in the museum for sure. Heat Wave I had professionally restored, the cabinet anyway, and I did the rest, which was not professional, but it was the best I could. I've got a Crosstown back there, Knockout, Riverboat, what else? Oh, a real nice Phoenix Pinball Williams. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Star Series. There'll be some pitch and bats in the museum. That's an early Williams, I think late 40s, early 50s pitch and bat. It might be their first one, and it works. Card Whiz, which is a two-player version of Royal Flush, I believe. That World Cup is parts only, unfortunately. I got a Gorgar, I got a couple Flashes, Disco Fever. And then we've got some more modern games. We've got a Wipeout, Premier, Gottlieb, a Cue Ball Wizard, Spectrum. I love Bally Spectrum. A couple of Police Forces. High Speed will be in there for sure. Hurricane, Whirlwind, Cybernaut, one of my favorite games from when I was in high school. That game came out and I played it like crazy. I loved that game. Earthshaker, Jurassic Park, Dirty Harry, X's and O's, Batman, Fire, Atlantis, then some more EMs, Darling. I got a bunch of space missions. Several other pitch and bats. I've got one called Gridiron that's actually a football-themed pitch and bat, which is a little hilarious. A nice Nitro Ground Shaker, Jungle Lord. And then I've got a few others scattered throughout this warehouse, and then I've got some more in another building. But there's plenty to come up to 37. There's a Whitewater. Oh yeah, here's a few nice ones. An old Vampire, it's a gorgeous game. Gold Rush, Cross Country, old EMs. Oh, a nice Rogo, Dave Christensen art. I've never known if it's Christensen or Christensen, but whichever. You know the guy. And there's some more dot matrices back here. You can see my warehouse is in excellent condition. Yeah, it gets kind of dark in here. I don't have the lights. I guess I can go turn them on. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of Atari pins in here. I got almost the whole collection. I don't know that the Ataris are going to end up in there because I don't really want to service them personally. But I've got Airborne Avengers and Space Riders and the Atarians and Time 2000 and Middle Earth. I don't know what other ones are missing. Don't have a Superman at the moment. Okay, yeah, I've got a Big Guns back there, and I got a Gladiator. More High Speeds. Oh, Space Invaders. That'll be a good pin to have in the museum. Probably the Joker Wild won't make it. It doesn't even have flippers. But anyway, you can see that there are plenty of games to pull from. I just need to go through them and refurbish them. But I can probably do about one a day and have this thing up by spring. Oh yeah, and obviously Revenge from Mars. That'll be in there. I just need to get the monitor back in it and get the bird poop off. Let's see, what else to show you? Yeah, let me go across the street here to show you the next expansion of Arcadia, because that's also happening at the same time that we're working on this Pinball Paradise project. We're going to be, we being my father and I, are going to be working on renovating the center of this building between Hotel Arcadia and Arcadia. It's kind of a mess right now. but we're just about to start. We're going to rip this wall down, and then I need to get some lights on back here. Okay, here we go. It's a nice big space. It's between 1,500 and 2,000 square feet. We've already taken the plaster off the walls and done some tuck pointing. We just need to brush it and treat it, and then start the construction. It'll probably be pretty wide open. I'm going to use this as an area to put in more deluxe games, because it has a nice double door in the back, and the other Arcadia just won't fit anything that's wider than 36 inches. So this will have a lot of deluxe games in it, and then we're going to put a party room up in the front, because we have tons of people wanting to come here and have parties, but we don't really have a place for them currently. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's a lot of personal junk that needs to be dumpstered. So that is my vision, unless I can think of anything else to say. That's the vision for 2016. First step, get this Pinball Paradise building. That's what we're going to call this old bank building. Get Pinball Paradise purchased and renovated and get it open as quickly as possible. Also, we'll have Hotel Arcadia open hopefully within a month. Don't hold me to that. I just need to get to IKEA and buy all the furniture, and I've got my nephews working on building a couple of really great gaming platforms. They're both college age and really into home gaming, so I've hired them to give me the best gaming setup possible. Then open up the expansion after that, and then we'll see how things go. If that does well, we'll move on to the big mama over here, but that's got to be several years down the road. So if any of you are still listening at this point, thank you for your time and for your attention, and if you have any suggestions or comments or feedback, I would welcome it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any suggestions or any ways you might be able to help other than helping with the crowdfunding, I'm always open to other, any help I can get, because I'm pretty much a one-man show, and there's only so many hours in the day. I've got a family, 3 kids, and so don't have a lot of time. So thank you very much, and thank you for any contribution you can make.